Question number 1. A car is moving along a road with a uniform speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Net force acting on the car is. Now to calculate the net force acting on the car. Options given here are the driving force P, which drives the car, is in forward direction. The opposing frictional force F, opposite to the direction of motion of the car. Option C 0. Option D P plus F. Since the car is moving with uniform velocity, the acceleration is equal to 0. As it is uniform velocity, acceleration is 0. Hence the net force acting on the car is 0. So option C 0 is the correct answer. Number 2. A batsman hit back a ball of mass 0.2 kg straight in the direction of the bowlers without changing its initial speed of 6 meters per second. What is the impulse imparted to the ball? Now to calculate the impulse is nothing but change in momentum. So that can be given by J is equal to mv minus mv, which is equal to 2 mv. Substituting the values, 2 into 0.2 into 6, which on solving what we get is 2.4 Newton second. So option B, 2.4 Newton second, is the correct answer. Question number 3. A force acts on a body of mass 50 kg for 10 seconds. When the force stops acting on the body covers 80 meters in the next 10 seconds. What is the magnitude of the force? Now to calculate magnitude of the force, when the force stops acting, the body moves with a uniform velocity. So V is equal to 80 meter upon 10 seconds, which is equal to 8 meter per second. The body starts from rest, that is U is equal to 0, and gets velocity of 8 meter per second at the end of 10 seconds. So using V is equal to U plus 80, 8 is equal to 0 plus A into 10, 10A is equal to 8. The value for A is equal to 0.8 meter per second square. So acceleration is nothing but 0.8 meter per second square. Force is nothing but mass into acceleration. Mass is 50 and acceleration is 0.8. On solving what we get is 40 Newton. So option A, 40 Newton, is the correct answer. Question number 4. A body of mass 5 kg is moving in a straight line. The relation between its displacement and time t is given by x is equal to t cube minus 2t minus 10 meter. What is the force acting on it at the end of 5 seconds? Now displacement x is given by t cube minus 2t minus 10. Velocity is nothing but dx by dt, which on solving gives us dt square 3t square minus 2. Acceleration is change in velocity upon time, which is equal to 60. T is given as 5 seconds. So acceleration becomes 6 into 5. So acceleration is 30 meter per second square. Force is nothing but mass into acceleration, 5 into 30, which gives us 150 Newton. So option A, 150 Newton, is the correct answer. A body of mass 10 kg has velocities 10 meters per second, 11 meters per second and 12 meters per second at the end of successive seconds. What is the force acting on the body? Now acceleration is equal to V minus U upon T. Acceleration is equal to 11 minus 10 upon 1, which is equal to 12 minus 11 upon 1, which gives us 1 meter per second square. Force is equal to mass into acceleration, 10 into 1, which gives us 10 Newton. So option C, 10 Newton, is the correct answer. Question number 6. A body of mass 2 kg is at rest. Two forces 6 Newton and 8 Newton act on the body at right angles to each other. What is the velocity of body after 3 seconds? Now to calculate the velocity, the resultant force square root of F1 square plus F2 square, which is equal to square root of 6 square plus 8 square, which is equal to 10 Newton. So acceleration is equal to force upon mass, that is 10 upon 2, which is equal to 5 meter per second square. V is equal to U plus 80, 0 plus 5 into 3, which is equal to 15 meter per second. So option B, 15 meter per second, is the correct answer. Question number 7. F is equal to 3I plus 4J plus 5K Newton produces an acceleration of 1.414 meter per second square in a body. What is the mass of the body? Now, to solve this question, we know F is equal to square root of 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square, which is equal to square root of 9 plus 16 plus 25, which on solving gives us square root of 50, which is equal to 5 root 2. So mass is equal to force upon acceleration, 5 root 2 upon root 2. Mass is equal to 5 kg. So option C, 5 kg is the correct answer. Question number 8. A body of mass 5 kg is moved with a velocity 20 meters per second. If a force of 100 Newton is applied on it for 10 seconds in the same direction as its velocity, what will be the velocity of the body? Now, we know acceleration is force upon mass, 100 upon 5, which is equal to 20 meter per second square. V is equal to U plus 80, 20 plus 20 into 10, that is 220 meter per second. So option C, 220 meter per second is the correct answer. Question number 9. A force F applied to a body A of mass m1 produces an acceleration of 4 meter per second square. If the same force F is applied to another body B of mass m2, then an acceleration of 10 meter per second square is produced in the body. A and B are tied together and the same force is applied to the combined body. What is the acceleration of the system? This should be tied together. Now, to solve this question, we know force is equal to mass into acceleration. m1 is F upon 4, m2 is F upon 10. Combined mass, if they are tied together, is m1 plus m2, which is equal to F by 4 plus F by 10, which is equal to 14F upon 10. Acceleration of the system, that is F upon m, is equal to F upon 14F upon 40, which gives us 40 upon 14, which is equal to 20 upon 7 meter per second square. So 20 upon 7 meter per second square, that is option B, is the correct answer. Question number 10. A player caught a cricket ball of mass 150 gram moving at the rate of 20 meters per second. The catching process is completed in 0.1 second. What is the force exerted by the ball on the hand of the player? Now, impulse is equal to change in momentum or F into T is equal to mv minus 0. So F into 0.1 is equal to 150 into 10 raised to minus 3, 20 minus 0. So value for F can be calculated by 150 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 20 upon 0.1, which is equal to 30 Newton. So option C, 30 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 11. A railway engine mass 10 raised to 4 kg is moving with a speed of 72 km per hour. The force which should be applied to bring it to rest over a distance of 20 meter is, now value for u, initial velocity, is given as 72 km per hour. 72 into 1000 upon 3600, which is equal to 20 meters per second. Final velocity v is equal to 0. Using the formula b square is equal to u square plus 2as, we get 0 is equal to 20 into 20 plus 2 into minus a into 20. So 40a is equal to 400. Value for A is nothing but 10 meter per second square. Force acting. Force is nothing but mass into acceleration. Substituting the values, we get 10 raised to 4 into 10, which is equal to option D is the correct answer. Question number 12. A particle of mass 0.3 kg is subjected to a force of F is equal to minus kx with k is equal to 15 Newton per meter. What will be its initial acceleration if it is released from a point 20 centimeter away from the origin? So F is equal to minus kx. Value for k given is 15 Newton per meter. Value for x is equal to 0.2. F will be 15 into 0.2, that is 3 Newton. Acceleration is force upon mass, that is 3 upon 0.3, which will give us 10 meter per second square. So option B, 10 meter per second square is the correct answer. Question number 13. A particle of mass m is moving with a uniform velocity v1. It is given an impulse such that the velocity becomes v2. The impulse is equal to. Now according to Newton's second law, we know F is equal to m v minus u by t. On solving or cross multiplication, we get F into t is equal to mv minus mu, which is nothing but equal to m v minus u is equal to m v2 minus v1. So option D, m v2 minus v1 is the correct answer. Question number 14. A ball of mass 150 gram moving with an acceleration of 20 meter per second square is hit by a force which acts on it for 0.1 second. What is the impulsive force? So to calculate the impulsive force, J is equal to F into T. Force is mass into acceleration. So instead of this force, we can substitute the formula mass into acceleration into T. So J is equal to 150 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 20 into 0.1, which is equal to 300 into 10 raised to minus 3, which on solving we get 0.3 Newton. So now option C, 0.3 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 15. A player takes 0.1 second in catching a ball of mass 150 gram moving with velocity of 20 meter per second. The force imparted by the ball on the hands of the player is. So now force is equal to nothing but change in, or I can say rate of change of momentum, that is equal to m v minus u upon t. 150 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 0 minus 20 upon 10 raised to minus 1 minus 20 into 150 into 10 raised to minus 2, which is equal to minus 30 Newton. So this is the force exerted by the hand on the ball. The ball exerts a force of 30 Newton on the hands of the player. So option C, 30 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 16. While launching a rocket of mass 2 into 10 raised to 4 kg, a force of 5 into 10 raised to 5 Newton is applied for 20 seconds. What is the velocity attained by the rocket at the end of 20 seconds? Now to solve this question, we know impulse is equal to change in momentum F into T is equal to m v minus u. The value for u is equal to 0. So 5 into 10 raised to 5 into 20 is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 4 into v. So value for v will be 100 into 10 raised to 5 upon 2 into 10 raised to 4. On solving, we get 500 meter per second. So value for v is nothing but 500 meter per second. So option D, 500 meter per second is the correct answer. Question number 17. A cricket ball of mass 150 gram is moving with a velocity of 12 meters per second and it is hit by a bat so that the ball is turned back with a velocity of 20 meter per second. The force of blow acts for 0.01 second on the ball. What is the average force exerted by the bat on the ball? Now, bat exerts an impulsive force on the ball. The impulse is equal to change in momentum. So again, F into T is equal to m v minus u. F into 10 raised to minus 2 is equal to 150 into 10 raised to minus 3. 20 minus of minus 12. Value for F will be equal to 32 into 15 into 10 raised to minus 2 upon 10 raised to minus 2. Value for F will be 480 Newton. So option D, 480 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 18. A machine gun fires a bullet of mass 50 gram with a velocity of 800 meter per second. The man holding the machine gun can exert a maximum force of 200 Newton. What is the maximum number of bullets he can fire per second? So now, suppose the man can fire bullets, or I can say the man fires n bullets per second. Momentum of n bullets per second will be n momentum will be n into mv, which is equal to n into 50 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 800, which is 40 n. Force is equal to rate of change of momentum. So rate of change of momentum so 200 is equal to 40 n. N is equal to 5. So n is equal to 5 bullets. So option C, 5 is the correct answer. Question number 19. A block A of mass 3 kg is in contact with second block B of mass 2 kg. Rest on a frictionless horizontal surface. A horizontal force of 20 Newton is applied to push the block A. What is the force with which the block A pushes the block B? So now, the force of 20 Newton produces an acceleration in the two blocks. So acceleration is given by F upon m1 plus m2. Acceleration is 20 upon 3 plus 2. Value for acceleration on solving we get 4 meter per second square. The force with which the block A pushes block B is F1. So F1 is equal to m2 into A, which is equal to 2 into 4. So value for F1 will be 8 Newton. So option C, 8 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 20. A force of 75 Newton is applied to a block of mass 25 kg resting on a smooth horizontal surface. In how much time the block will acquire a speed of 12 meters per second? So now, force mv minus u upon t. T can be written as m v minus u upon f. 25 into 12 minus 0 upon 75, which gives us 4 seconds. So time required is 4 seconds. Option C, 4 seconds is the correct answer. Question number 21. A ball of mass 500 grams strikes a wall with a velocity of 80 meters per second and rebounds with the same velocity. If the time of contact is 1 by 30 seconds, then the force exerted by the ball on the wall is. Change in momentum dt is given by mv minus mv, that is 2 mv. dt is equal to 2 into value for m and v, 80 kg meter per second. Force is change in momentum upon time, 80 upon 1 by 30, which on solving we get 2400 Newton, that is 2400 Newton. So option C, 2400 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 22. If a force of 180 Newton acts on a body, its momentum changes by 120 kg meter per second. What is the time for which the force acts on the body? Now, we know force is equal to change in momentum upon time. So dt, change in time, can be written as dp upon f. Value for dp which is given is 120 and force acting is 180. On solving we get 2 by 3 second. So option C, 2 by 3 second is the correct answer. Question number 23. A stationary ball of mass 150 gram starts moving at 20 meters per second. When it is hit by a force which acts on it for 0.1 second, then impulsive force is option A 3 Newton, option B 300 Newton, option C 75 Newton, option D 30 Newtons. Now to calculate the impulsive force, F force is equal to mass V minus U by T, which is equal to 150 into 10 raised to minus 3, 20 minus 0 upon 0.1, which is equal to 30 Newton. So option D 30 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 24. A body of mass 2 kg collides with a wall with a speed of 100 meter per second and rebounds with the same speed. If the time of contact was 1 by 50 seconds, the force exerted on the wall is. So we know formula for force. According to Newton's second law of motion, the force exerted on the wall is given by F is equal to m v minus u upon t, which is equal to 2 into 100 minus of 100 upon 1 by 50, which is equal to 100 into 200. So F is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 4 Newton. So option B 2 into 10 raised to 4 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 25. The engine of a car produces an acceleration of 4 meter per second square in the car. If the car pulls another car of the same mass, what will be the acceleration produced? Now to solve this question, the engine produces a force F on the car of mass m. So acceleration A1 can be written as F upon m. A2 can be written as F upon 2m. When the car pulls another car of the same mass, the total mass becomes 2m. So now A2 is equal to A1 by 2, which is equal to 4 by 2, which is equal to 2 meter per second square. So option B 2 meter per second square is the correct answer. Question number 26. The linear momentum P of a body moving in one dimension varies with accordingly to the equation P is equal to A plus BT square, where A and B are positive constant. The net force acting on the body is proportional to T square, option B constant, option C proportional to T, option D inversely proportional to T. So as we know, F, that is force, is equal to D by dt of mv, that is d by dt of p. F is equal to d by dt, value for p is nothing but a plus bt square. After solving or differentiating, what we get is 2 bt. So F is directly proportional to t, where 2b is constant. So option C proportional to C is the correct answer. Question number 27. A stone is dropped from a height h. It hits the ground with a certain momentum p. If the same stone is dropped from the height of 100 cm more than the previous height, the momentum when it hits the ground will change by. Now, when the stone is dropped from a height h, hits the ground, its velocity v1 is given by square root of 2gh, where v square is equal to u square plus 2gh. Momentum P1 is equal to mv1. Substituting the value for v1, So m square root of 2gh. Similarly, when it is dropped from the height 2h 100% more than the previous height, and when it hits the ground, the velocity changes to v2 is equal to square root of 2g into 2h. Momentum p2 is equal to mv2, which is equal to m into square root of 2 into 2gh, which is equal to square root of 2 p1. So percentage change, that is p2 minus p, percentage change in the momentum, percentage change in momentum, p2 minus p1 upon p1 into 100%, which gives us square root of 2 p1 minus p1 upon p1 into 100%, which on solving gives us square root of 2 minus 1 into 100%, which is equal to 1.41 minus 1 into 100%, which gives us 41%. So option B, 41% is the correct answer. Question number 28. A man weighing 60 kg is standing on a trolley weighing 240 kg. The trolley is resting on frictionless horizontal rails. If the man starts walking on the trolley with a velocity of 1 meter per second, then after 45, his displacement relative to the ground is. Now to solve this question, forward momentum of the man is equal to backward momentum of the man plus trolley, that is 60 into 1 is equal to 60 plus 240 v. Forward momentum is equal to the backward momentum. So 60 is equal to 300 v. The value for v is, that is speed or velocity, is equal to 0.2 meter per second. So v is equal to the speed of the man with respect to ground will be 1 minus 0.2. So speed will be 0.8 meter per second. The displacement of the man is equal to v into t, which is 0.8 into 4, which gives us 3.2 meter. So option C, 3.2 meter is the correct answer. Question number 29. A man on a certain planet throws up a stone of 500 gram with a velocity of 10 meters per second and catches it after 8 seconds. What is the weight of the stone on the planet? Now let g dash be the acceleration due to gravity on the planet. Since he catches the ball after 8 seconds, the time required by the ball to reach the maximum height is 4 seconds. T is equal to u upon g dash, but as we know v is equal to u plus at. 0 is equal to u minus g dash t. So g dash is equal to u by t, which is 10 by 4, which is equal to 2.5 meter per second square. Now weight of the stone is equal to mg dash, which is half into 2.5, which gives us 1.25 Newton on the planet. So option D, 1.25 Newton is the correct answer. Question number 30. A force F is equal to 60 square I plus 4 Tj is applied to a body of mass 4 kg at rest. What is the velocity of the body at the end of 2 seconds? So now we know F is equal to mass into acceleration, force is equal to mass into acceleration, mass into change in velocity upon time, that is dv by dt. So now F upon m is equal to dv by dt. Substituting the values, 6 t square I plus 4 tj upon 4 is equal to dv by dt, which gives us 3 by 2 t square I plus tj is equal to dv by dt. So now dv, the value for dv is nothing but 3 by 2 t square I plus tj, and here we have dt. Integrating on both the sides, what we get is v is equal to 3 by 2 into t cube by 3I plus t square by 2j. v is equal to the velocity of the body at the end of 2 seconds can be now written as 2 raised to 3I by 2 plus 2 raised to 2j by 2, which is equal to 4I cap plus 2j cap. So option A, 4I cap plus 2j cap, is the correct answer.